I wanted to share an insight about communication for all you. I wonder if you've had this experience where you express something and someone says, oh, you should do X, Y, Z. They just immediately give you advice. It recently happened with me and a friend where I don't even remember the content, but I was talking about something and she just, yeah, do this. This is what you need. This is what will fix you. And at the moment, I felt like this will impact, and then I just kind of let it go. Like, oh yeah, maybe, or, thanks for sharing. I don't know if I even really, because she was a friend, had the chops in the moment to kind of feel what I felt and say what I would have really liked instead. And so what we can do instead, I think, first of all, that comes from a place of wanting to help. So I'm saying something, maybe it's an issue or an impasse or something, and then my friend who experiences it through her filter then offers a solution trying to help me. So that's a great motivation. I want to really appreciate that. And yet it's her solution, not mine. And because it's her solution, it isn't really going to be something easy for me to do because I didn't discover it. And why I didn't discover it is because I didn't really understand maybe what was going on, that I have this problem, like what's underneath that. So what I want to share is just a different way to do that. Takes a little practice because we don't do this much in our culture, but it's to slow things down. And what I wish I had done when she offered this solution, you need to be doing this, would been to take a breath, feel into how that felt for me and say, wow, I appreciate that you care enough about me to want to help me with this. But I really don't know if that will help because I'm really not sure what's really underneath what I'm feeling. So what I'd like to do instead, so in order for me to understand what I'd like instead, I'm going to switch roles in my mind and let her be the person that has whatever thing she's talking about or confused about or needing help with. And rather than offer help from my perspective in that moment, which actually feels a little oppressive, a little overbearing, what I'd like to do and learn to do more consistently is to say, what do you think's behind that? And then listen. And maybe ask another question to help her source her own understanding. And then from that place, be inspired to a behavior, a thought, a belief change, words that fit her needs and really address the deeper need that's not seen in the moment of having, I don't know what to do here, or I need help, or, I'm having this problem. We don't usually reach for needs. Instead, we offer opinions that are solutions, that are our solutions for somebody else. And I'm also curious, I think, how to let somebody know in the moment that's happening. So repeating, going back to the example, I'm saying, have this conflict. This is going on, and also is this, and I'm not sure what to do. And my friend says, oh, you should do this. And then I can pause and feel into, first of all, that it doesn't really meet my need. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good to hear. And then feel compassion, understanding that she really is trying to be helpful. And then I'm sure my next response would be, thanks for caring enough to offer what you think could be a good solution for me. What I'd like to do is understand more about what my needs are and how to meet them in a way that brings me a solution to this. And in order to do that, I need to get in touch with why there's a conflict and what I really feel and what I need and want, and then what might bring me closer to that. It's more long and drawn out than just, you should do this, or thanks, but it's not really what I think I want, and I don't really feel heard, and I think I'll just change the subject now. Yeah. I think there's another layer to that interaction too, as well. Not just that I want to be helpful and help you fix your problem if I'm the advice giver, but also we are so attuned to each other's energies, especially those of us who are really attuned and aren't quite sure how to create distance between what someone else is experiencing and how we feel. If they're experiencing discomfort, then we often feel it also as our own. And maybe if we identify with what they're going through, then it actually is our own discomfort. And so I'm thinking of how I used to, when I was interacting with someone and they were tight and kind of contracted and stressed, and maybe the pitch of their voice a little higher and talking rapidly and not breathing, and I would be their listener and I would feel tight and contracted and tense and say to them, breathe. I did that a lot before I figured out that what I needed to do was breathe myself, that it was me. It was them also. But basically, I had stopped breathing and I needed to take a breath. And when I would say breathe to someone else who's already tense, they just felt attacked, like, don't tell me what to do. And they're already agitated, so they're not receptive. So that's self-listening and self-care and self-attunement to keep our own nervous system and our own energy balanced, even while listening to distressful communications from others, either aimed at us or just even a story about something else. And that way we can hold presence. And another really bonus in doing that is that because we attune so easily as social human beings, when we breathe, other people who are interacting with us, their nervous system also feels that and gets benefit from it. It's a little bit like when people yawn and then other people yawn when they see it or in the energy of it. So it can be really actually very useful as long as it's not manipulative, because that changes the energy entirely, to just bring my attention back to myself when I start getting disturbed about an interaction and take care of my own regulation, my own nervous system regulation, and down regulate that that activation, that sort of distress activation. So the point there in relation to advice giving, and that wanting to care and help the other person is also, you know, we can identify with their problem and get distressed. And so we want to calm our own distress by giving them an answer and making the thing go away. So that's another sort of sneaky, hidden energy at work, I think, when we tell people their answer, which is really our way of trying to find peace with their situation, peace in ourselves. All right, convoluted, but that's my best shot this morning. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.